Hi everyone, it's Lily, and I'm coming to you with my channel, Let's Talk. Today we are going to be talking about Trulicity because it's Trulicity Day. So we're going to talk about what that is, um, what it's for, how you use it, and so we're just going to get all into that. And yes, I'm wearing this headset and it looks goofy and looks like I'm from space, but you know what? The audio just sounds better, so I'm going to use this until we can get a external microphone to use with this. Um, with that said, this video, like I said, is all about Trulicity. Now, let me just back up and tell you that this channel is, we just talk about everything and anything. Anything, whether it be a movie, a show, current events, medications. We might talk about Jesus. I have another channel um, called Lilybean Loves Jesus, and I'll post that link here. But also, it's an awesome channel. So I'll post that link there because, we have on that channel we read scripture and things like that. But this channel right here is really just to pull up a chair and a cup of coffee and let's talk the tea. Let's spill the tea, or we can review, different shows. We can just talk about anything that you want to talk about. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave that in the comments. I would be happy to do my research and we can talk about those things. Um, a little bit later, I'll have an update on the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and Chris Rock debacle. But for now, we're just going to talk about Trulicity. But before we get into it, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell notification so that you can find out when I have new videos or new content to show on here. So with that said, let's get into the video. I'm glad you guys are here. Welcome. And so I guess about 10 months ago, almost a year, um, I went into the doctor. Um, I had some high blood pressure and I was concerned about it. And so I went to the doctor. I hadn't been to the doctor for years. So I went in there. I got my insurance straight, went into the doctor, and they do a yearly um, lab test for you to check your blood levels and all of that stuff. So I went and I had that done, and long story short, the blood test came back that I had diabetes, and I have diabetes too. So just so you know, one of the things that people want to know is what's the difference between type 1 and type 2. Well, type 1 you get more when you're in adolescence or children, from my understanding. Um, and it develops from childhood, okay, or you might be born with it. With that said, diabetes 2 is what you see that most adults have, okay? Um, and so that's the type that I have. Um, so, needless to say, I wasn't shocked when my doctor told me that because I haven't eaten very well. It does, there's a history of this in my family, but it's not, from what I understand the doctor telling me, it's not so much as the history from your family. It's if, you eat like they did, then you're more than likely to have diabetes too. So, um, that's what I have. I'm a diabetic too, and I was diagnosed about 10 months ago. Um, so my doctor prescribed me metformin, which is a diabetic medication, twice a day, 500 milligrams. So I had started on that along with some other medications for my blood pressure and things like that. Um, and of course, I had to change my diet. Now, she did tell me that I didn't need to do anything but walk. Walk 30 minutes a day to lose weight. Because also, I want to take you on this journey, but I also want to take you on my weight loss journey as well. But anyway, I want to try not to get into too many rabbit holes. But she told me you just had to walk 30 minutes a day, take your medicine, eat the right diet, basically shop on the outside of the aisles of the grocery store, all the things that are healthy. Don't shop in the aisles. So everything that's at the perimeter of the grocery store you can shop at, and you can get, the healthy foods that you need. She went over a long list of things that I can't have, like bread and basically, it's almost like a keto diet. So, um, yeah, you just, for me, I have to watch the fat and all of that too. So, with that said, I did pretty good, and I lost about 20 pounds first few months, believe it or not, just taking the metformin and changing my diet. Well, I was supposed to go back. Okay, y'all, really, I'm just telling on myself, but I was supposed to go back in 3 months, like she had got me to this point, and I was supposed to go back in 3 months, and redo the test and stuff, and she had lab tests for me to take. So, needless to say, it had been 6 months that I had waited to go see her. So like last month or something, a couple months ago. Anyway, no, I think it was about last month. I may be off on my timing, but anyway, it was a while because when I finally did go back in there, she's like, "Where have you been for the last 7 months?" And of course, in that time, I got sick with COVID, and I had to move unexpectedly, and all of that, and it was just a lot of stuff going on. Um, but needless to say, it was excuses, people. I just didn't. But anyway, after a time, I was running out of medications, and obviously, I had to go in and see her. Uh, but just backing up a little bit, during that time, I did not follow the diet in the 3 months. Okay. I was doing good up until that point, but I kind of fell off the wagon. Like I said, I got sick and, had an unexpected stressful time going. I was forced to move because they were renovating in my old apartments and they weren't renewing my lease. So I only had, you know, 60 days to find a new apartment. It was very stressful. And I know with all that said, that is excuses, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I fell off the diet and I was just kind of eating everything and anything, but I was still taking my medications. But I just really fell off of what I was supposed to be doing. So with that said, when it came time to fast forward, when it came time to refill the medications, I knew I had to get in the doctor because I knew that I definitely, my blood pressure was better, but it was still, a little high and, things like that. So I needed to get back in there. So I went back in, and like I said, she did tell me, well, where you been this last 7 months? And I went over all these things, and she's looking at me like, those are excuses, and they were. I mean, I could have went after all of this, and whatever. It didn't need to take 7 months, but um, with that said, I did my labs before I went in this time. And obviously, my sugar was a little better, but it was still high. Okay, it was still too high. So, with a little lecture from my doctor and, some ways to help me stay on track. Um, and I love her. She's great. She's really great, and I love her very much. And she takes good care of me. Um, And she seems to me like one of those people that really, really care, about things. So, needless to say, she prescribed me Trulicity with taking metformin. Okay. And if you guys don't know what metformin is and what it does, you definitely want to, look that up. I'm not going to go into it today on this video, but you can look that up. It basically does the same thing. It lowers your A1C and your blood sugar. So she prescribed the Trulicity with the metformin, and I'm supposed to take those together. Um, because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So therefore, I have to take this other medicine. But now Lily is going to do what Lily has to do. Okay? So before we get into what Trulicity is, what it does, what it's for, all of that, um, I want to give a shout out to my best friend Sonia. She's really encouraged me to be on the right track and just really been there for me and just been a blessing and a light in my life. So I do want to give a shout out to her because it would be extremely hard to do this without her. And she's very encouraging and has done so much for me. And so I just want to give a shout out to her and tell her I love her so much. So, and also, I will have her as a guest on some of my videos because that's how we roll, and she's great, and you guys will love her. So, with that said, let's talk about Trulicity. Now, let me tell you what Trulicity does, okay? I'm going to pull up my little thing here. Now, Trulicity helps control blood sugars levels in adults with type 2 diabetes. It helps lower the A1C, the glucose, that kind of thing. It can limit how much sugar gets into the blood from your liver, and it helps slow down how quickly food leaves your stomach. Now, let me just get into that a little bit before I show you the pen and all of that. What's really cool about that, that is one of the side effects of Trulicity, which is very, very positive, because what it does, while lowering your blood sugar, your glucose levels, A1C, um, it slows down the digestion of your food when it goes into your stomach. So you feel full faster, okay? And also, excuse me, for longer, okay? Um, so it slows down your appetite. You're not as hungry because I'm telling you right now, people, and I'm not going to lie. Let's just put the truth right out on the table right now. I get hungry. I've gotten hungry to the point where I'm nauseated. Like when I get hungry, it's not like I'm starving myself. Obviously, I've missed a meal, okay? But when I get hungry, it's to a nauseating state. And it's said that diabetes can cause that. I don't know, but it's horrible, okay? And I ain't gonna lie, and you all can't say that some of y'all ain't out there too, 'cause you lying, okay? You get hungry, all right? And I love food. I ain't gonna lie about that. I mean, I love comfort food. I came from the South, so I love every kind of comfort food that you can imagine. And I know for sure, and there's a lot of you out there like myself that have used food to comfort yourself in stressful situations. That macaroni and cheese, bacon, pasta, any of them that you can think of. Okay, I'm going to tell you I'm guilty, and I'm not going to lie about it because, you guys are out there, let's be honest. You've been down the same road I have. Um, I also have a chronic condition of depression. And I've had that since childhood because I've had a very, very traumatic childhood. And that's for another video that would be designed to help people, of course. But, so I have that and I take medicine for that. But also, makes you eat. So I ain't gonna make excuses, y'all. I love some food. I'm just letting you know that might contribute a little bit to the situation. Okay. So anyway, let's talk Trulicity. But anyway, that side effect of slowing the appetite and slowing the digestion of your food is an amazing thing. And that's one of the positive side effects with Trulicity. And it is also one of the reasons that my doctor was just really wanting to get me on this medicine, y'all. Um, it also helps your pancreas release insulin on its own in response to high levels of sugar in the blood after you eat. So it helps the pancreas make its own insulin. This is not an insulin drug. Trulicity is not insulin. It helps your pancreas release insulin and make that insulin to, lower those sugar levels, those glucose levels, A1C, um, after you eat. Okay. I still have to stay on a good diet. I can't load up on sugar and do all that because diabetics can't do that, and it's really hard, And I know there's some of you out there, to be honest with you, that even if you haven't had diabetes, or if you have, or you do have it, or if you're just on a weight loss journey and whatnot, you know yourself, people, honey. You can say whatever you want to, but I know y'all are out there. And it's hard because you like to eat, okay? And it's hard to change your diet to sticks and stones, basically fish, chicken, fresh vegetables, no cake, things like it's hard, okay? And it sounds really bad. But I'm getting used to it. And I know other people struggle with that. And if you want to talk about that, definitely leave that in the comments too, because I want to do the weight loss journey with you as well. So, and just kind of keep you up to date on that. Um, so we can all look back on this and say we're so glad we did it. Um, but yeah, I know some of you struggle with all of that. And so, don't be shy about it and don't be ashamed of it because it happens. I mean, we have so much in our food system today that, you know, they put stuff in the food that's addicting, okay? And it's true. Look it up, read about it, it'll tell you. So all of these yummy foods that you eat and things that are going on um, in the food is addictive, okay? And y'all, I do have a thunderstorm going out here, so hopefully the power doesn't go off, but when's better to make a video than right now when it's storming outside, right? Okay, so with that said, Trulicity is this little guy. Okay, let me put that screen down, but it's this little guy right here. And let me just kind of pull it up to the camera the best way I can. This is Trulicity, and it looks like this. It kind of looks like a EpiPen, okay? And it's a once a week injectable medication, okay? Um, but it's spring loaded in there, okay? It's spring loaded, okay? And I'll show you guys in a bit how that works, okay? Um, I'm not going to demonstrate on myself because I already took my dose today. Um, and I really don't want to show you all my stomach and all that stuff. But if in a future video you want me to do that, I will. But for right now, um, I'm just going to demonstrate on my little tiger here, my puppy's toy, okay? And we'll demonstrate on how it works there, okay? But not yet. Um, it's a once a week injectable pen. And you pick a day during the week that you are going to do this. And my day is Saturday, which is today. I do it every Saturday. Um, I've only taken 2 doses of it. This was my last week was my first dose, and this is my second that I took today. And I'm sorry about the lighting in here, guys. It's kind of weird. I got to get it all worked up. I'm very new to this whole YouTube thing. So, um, with that said, you work out what day that you want to take that, which is mine is on Saturday. I try to take it in the morning when I get up before I eat. Because you can take it with or without food. It doesn't affect you either way. But you can take it any time of the day, okay? And last week was my first dose. And I got to tell you that I didn't really have any side effects. I mean, yeah, I had a little indigestion. That's part of the side effects of this medicine. Um, Little burping, things like that, but nothing crazy, okay? Nothing like crazy, okay? Just a few. And a little tired because that's one of the side effects that come with it. You kind of feel loss of appetite and loss of energy. But not too bad, not terrible, okay? It's not as bad as being tired because of all that nasty food you ate, okay? Or just having diabetes in general. Um, so I didn't feel any more tired than I usually do, okay? Which is tired. um, so the side effects with this was, for the first dose of this wasn't terrible. Um, as far as the indigestion and a little bit of acid reflux kind of thing, just my doctor said take Tums when needed, so I just popped a couple of Tums and it was fine. It took care of it like that. It was no big deal. Um, Today is my second dose, and took it this morning. And I have to tell you, as far as what it feels like to do it, it doesn't really hurt, guys. It only feels like a little uncomfortable thing. It doesn't like you don't. It doesn't sting. It doesn't like this morning when I did it. It didn't feel anything, and I was like, oh man, did the medicine get in there? You know what I mean? I had to actually look at the pen to make sure the medicine was gone. Um, because I just really didn't even feel it this time. But it's just a little. It doesn't even hurt as much as when you prick your finger to check your sugar. Okay, I hate doing that. But this thing doesn't feel like that at all. It's just a little bit of an uncomfortable thing, and it's like doesn't. It's not like an owl thing or anything like that. It's hard to explain, but I think the reasoning for that is because when you inject it, the pen goes so fast, like it's quick. Like you don't even it's that quick. And then it clicks and then it retracts back up into the pin. So you don't really feel it, to be honest with you. I mean, I just didn't, it wasn't like a scary thing when you think of needles or whatever, and I'll show you here in a second. Um, so yeah. So as far as side effects, no big deal so far. Okay. Again, this is my only my second dose, so I'll try and keep you all updated on that because I know um, there are other people that are going to start taking this. In fact, my friend's going to start taking this probably. So I kind of want to keep her up to date and how it works and how it's feeling and stuff. We have a lot in common, and so um, this would be another thing that we do together. So unfortunately that we have to do it, but it's our fault. And yeah. So anyway, with that said, this needs to be refrigerated when you get it. It comes in a pack of 4 in a box, and I'll actually get that for you if you all hold on one second. I didn't think about it. Let me run over here and get the box out of the refrigerator and show you what it looks like, okay? I know you can see me getting it out of the refrigerator, and that's fine. Sorry about that, guys. But hey, this is video, Never know what's going to happen on video, on webcam video for that matter. Um, so anyway, with me and my goofy headset. So this is what it looks like. It comes in a box like this. And it comes in a box of 4. I'm trying to fix this so you can see it on the camera. Okay. But it comes like that. And you open it up. It'll come with instructions, of course, on how to use it, but I'm going to show you that. And I'll see if I can show it like that. You get a box of, 4 pins in there, okay, and you can see I've used 2 doses of that, okay. If you look on the top there, it's going to have calendars, okay, and you can mark it where you do your day. So you can see mine up there is Saturday. I don't know if you could see that. And actually what I need to do is mark it for today because I did take my dose today. So I'll be doing that. So it comes like that in a box, and you need to refrigerate this, okay? If you're not going to use it right away, obviously, just put it in the refrigerator when you get it, okay? Um, if you take one out to use it, you want to leave it on the counter at least 30 minutes so it can warm up to room temperature, because if you take it cold, it's going to sting, okay? I haven't taken it cold personally, but that's what I understand what happens from what I've seen and other people talking about it and things like that. So you definitely want to leave this on the counter for 30 minutes before you actually take it so it can warm up, for you to be able, so it won't sting you. Okay, so I'm going to mark my day on here because I already did mine this morning. Anyway, so you can put your mark there so it just kind of reminds you you have another when to take your next dose, and that you've already taken, two of those doses. Obviously, you can see in the box that you took two of those doses, but it's just a little reminder. It does come with full instructions, as I said, how to use this and what it does. I know my camera's just weird. Okay, so, and that's what it is, okay? You just can read the instructions on how to use it. It's a big long sheet. It's pretty simple though, guys. You don't really need to, unless you just feel comfortable. I'm going to show you how to use it. Um, but so far, I mean, they say it's going to take 4 doses in order for you to notice a difference in your glucose levels or your A1C. So we're going to just see how it works. And your doctor may choose to go up on it. There's this one here. The starting dose is 0.75. That's what you're starting on. And then your doctor may choose to go up on the dose depending on how this works for you. So I'm going to hang on one sec because I do want to give you the doses. Trulicity. Doses of Trulicity because I can't, I'm on video. So it's like, all right, so you have a 0.75 milligram. That's the first dose. And I kind of think that gets your body used to it and used to the medication, so that when you go up to a higher dose, you're not going to have the side effects, or as many anyway. So it starts out at 0.75, just kind of to load your body so your body gets used to it. And then it can be increased to 1.5. And then they have a 1.5, and then they have a 3 milligram, and they also have a 4.5 milligram, and that's the highest dose is the 4.5 milligram. So, depending on how you do on this medicine and what's right for you, your doctor may increase it to a higher dose. Um, from what I understand from people that I've heard and listened to or talked to, most of the time from the 0.75 milligram, they are going to raise it. So, because it's just kind of a starting dose, and um, I don't think it does completely what it needs to do, but it starts it. It starts the dose or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what the doctor says and how I do on this, but um, that's kind of how that works. Now, this medication, again, is not insulin. Okay, it's very important. It's very, very different. All right. Um, it is, like I said, it makes your pancreas make more insulin for you to lower, you know, sugar in the bloodstream and the glucose and all of that. Um, with all that said, um, let's show you about this pen. Okay. Now, there are side effects to this. As I was telling you earlier, I've had a few. There are very, very, very few rare side effects. And one of those is pancreatitis. Very rare, though. Very, very rare. If you have a history of thyroid cancer or whatever, if you have a history in your family of neuropathy due to diabetes, it might make that worse. But these are very, very, very rare side effects. And before your doctor prescribes this medication, you know, with any medication, they should be making sure that they get all this information. They know your history. They know when to prescribe this. And my doctor's real good about that. So I'm not really concerned. And it was kind of the same thing with the metformin too. I just, I've heard things about metformin and whatever, but you know, I trust my doctor. I do. And, um, it's really not enough concerning for me to not take the medication and think about, getting my health in check. So I'm not concerned. Y'all can put how you feel in the comments and your opinion on that, but I just, I leave it in God's hands, and I know that um, everything will work out for the good because I'm in Christ. I'm a child of the Most High God, and that's just it. Um, and I did pray about taking this Trulicity before I actually got the medication because when you go to get this medication, hopefully your insurance will cover it, which most do for the most part. I mean, you have to pay a copay, obviously, but some insurances don't do a good job, okay? Because this medicine, Trulicity, okay, is $900, a little over $900 a month for 4 pens. Okay, it's ridiculous for someone. I mean, hell, you'd have to be, you know what? You'd have to be rich, okay, to be a diabetic, all right, to have this medication. I mean, were they just thinking about rich diabetics? I mean, I don't know. But I don't know about anybody that's going to pay $900 a month for this medication that is even in the middle class income. Okay, it's hard to, it's a lot. Okay, so hopefully your insurance will cover it. Most do, like I said, cover most of it, and of course there's a copay. Um, Mine didn't want to cover very much of it. Okay, so my doctor, of course, when this is prescribed, your doctor has to authorize it through the with the pharmacy. So the pharmacy sends something to the doctor that, she sends back authorization or he or whatever. And that's how that happens because you can't just, have a script written and then go up there and pick it up. It's not like that. You have to get authorization from the doctor even after the script is written. They have to get with the pharmacy and do all of that. So anyway, my insurance didn't want to cover a whole lot of it, which would have cost me several hundreds of dollars still to get this medicine. So apparently, she had written a letter or talked to the insurance company, and there's a coupon that you can get that will also help with this and taking down the cost. Um, anyway, so basically, she just kind of fought the insurance company to get this because, she's very meant about me having this pen. So they came back and with the coupon, instead of paying $900, now this coupon that I have from the doctor, um, you know, Trulicity would, I guess it's from Trulicity, would give so much to pay for the medication, and it goes with your insurance as well. Okay, like it coincides, you have to do it with insurance. So yeah, it came back. This coupon is supposedly good for 2 years, um, which is good. I mean, there's a lot of options out there I know to help with diabetic medication. So, you just have to do your research, get with your doctor, your medical team, um, do your research on the internet. There's different ways to get discounts on this medicine and to get it at a cheaper cost. So that's something you'll have to look into if you run into an issue. So with the coupon and my insurance, they decided to cover everything except for $25 a month. So my copay is $25 a month. And honey, let me tell you, honey child, I will take $25 over $900 any day of the week, okay? I mean, I would have been able to, I would have been willing to pay, $100 a month for it. But thank God I didn't have to do that because I support myself. I don't have anybody in my, that's my kids are grown. I'm single, um, divorced, single, and I have been for going on 10 years. And I support myself, okay? And I'm not rich. So $25 for this life-saving medication right here is definitely worth that. So shout out to my doctor for that. She knows who she is. But anyway, so let's talk about this. Let me turn it around this way so you can kind of see what's going on. All right, and this is the pen. It looks like this. Let me hold it up a little bit more. My camera. I got to get an adjustment with because my camera pops up. It's not like your regular thing. It's kind of weird. But anyway, this is what the pen looks like. And when you get this pen, um, let me just pull out a new one here. It's going to have the top like that, where it's up. The top, the green part right here, it's going to be up. Okay. And I'll just show you from here, and then I'll do the demonstration from here because I don't want any medicine to come out of the new one here. So anyway, if you look in the tube, and I'll try to do that as close as I can. I don't know if you can see the medication in there. You can kind of see it in there. Let's see if I can do it like that. Yeah, you can see it kind of going up and down in there. Okay, the medication is inside here. Okay, so what you do is you take the cap off of it. This is what I do. Okay. Well, first of all, before you take the cap off of it, let me show you this up here. What I like to do, you're going to see on the top here, let me find it. I'm not good at this stuff, guys. I'm sorry. I'll try. Anyway, you can see on the top here where you're showing a lock button up there, that red. Okay, that means the pen is locked. You're going to click it over to the green where it says unlocked. If you can see that, unlocked. Okay. And so what you do is you turn that to the unlock. Get my other pen here. Now, since I've used this one, it's not going to let me click it over to unlock, which is a good thing, and I'll explain that here in a second. But anyway, you click it to the green and it's unlocked, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the cap off, okay? Which I'll do it on this one. So what you do is you take the cap off, all right? It's already unlocked, okay? What you're going to do, let me take my little guy here. And I don't know if you can see the needle up in there, but the needle is there. It's up there. It's a little needle. Okay, I'm not angling that right. But anyway, there's a needle up there. And what you do, if you imagine this little guy's belly button right here, okay, you can do this. There's a couple places that you can do this injection. You can do it in your upper thigh, on the top of your thigh, like up here, right? Or you can do it in your belly, okay, like 2 fingers from your belly button at least. So you can do it all anywhere in this area right here, just not too close to the belly button. So you're going to do it at least 2 fingers away from the belly button. So you can do it in any of this area right here. And belly, and you can also do it on the back of the arm. Okay, like this little guy in the back of his arm. You could do it there. All right, what I choose to do it in my belly. Okay. Most people do, and especially those people that take insulin, you're probably used to that. So you probably would do it in the belly. I mean, just most people, right? I've seen videos where people have done it in their thigh or the back of their arm or whatever. I just do it in the belly and it's over. You know what I mean? So we're going to we are going to demonstrate with a little guy here. This is my little dog Peanut's toy. I guess we should like give him a name or something, right? Tiger? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to demonstrate on this guy. But before I do that, I want to show you the new one here because we're not going to use this one. But you can see the top of the green part up there. That's the button, okay? And it's going to be up like it is right now, okay? So just imagine the pen being like that, okay? And the button's going to be up that way. Now, here we go. So you take the lid off like I did this one. Let's see if I can do this. Anyway, so what you want to do too is pick a different side every week. Okay, don't do it in the same spot. Switch it up. All right. What I did last week, I did it on one side, and then this week I did it on the other side. Next week I'll do it on the other side, and then so forth. Okay, so you want to switch it up. You don't want to do it in the same spot. Okay, each and every week. Just switch it up, side to side. So anyway, if you imagine this little guy's belly button is right in here. Okay, I'm going to put the little plunger thing right there. Let me turn him so you can see him. All right. And what you do, you remember the green button was up. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little pressure on this and you're going to press the button. You're going to hear, when you hear a click, you're going to wait a few seconds, maybe 6 seconds, whatever. You're going to hear that click and then you can take this off and the needle has retracted back up into the pin. Okay, so when you inject this, you're going to hear, you press the button, hold it, you're going to hear a click. When you hear that click is when you wait a few seconds and then you pull it off. It is important to note, when you press the button, you need to hold it down until you hear a click. What happens when you hear that click, the needle retracts back up into the pin, and then you know that you're safe after a few seconds, to get, so the medicine, make sure the medicine's in there and stuff. Just wait a few seconds after that, after you hear the click. That retracts the needle up, and then you can take this off. And you can see in this one, I'll hold it up, there's no medicine in there. Okay, you see that little plunger thing or whatever, and the needle has retracted back up into the pin. Now, I know you may not be able to see the needle very good, but it's there. And this one, yeah, is done. So what you can do after that is you just put the cap back on it, like this, and then you can dispose of it. Now, this is just one dose, okay, and it's once a week, one of these pens for Trulicity, okay. It's not like this for all these kind of medications in this class, but for Trulicity it is. No fuss, no muss. You don't have to attach any needles. You don't have to, do nothing. You just take the cap off, unlock it, put it at the injection site, and put it in. Now, one thing I did forget to tell you, before you put this medicine to your stomach, you want to get the pre-alcohol wipes. They're little bitty wipes. They're in little packets like that. And you open it up, and it's got alcohol on it, and you just rub the spot, okay? You just rub the spot with it just to clean it up before you actually inject yourself, just to make sure the area is clean. Like this morning, I did it right after I took my shower. So I still used an alcohol swab pad to do that. And they come in little cubes at the pharmacy. I could go get it, but then I have to get back up and go in there and get it. But you get the gist. I think you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they're little prep alcohol wipes, and you just rub it on the spot that you're going to inject it on, and it cleans it up a little bit, and then you do your injection. That way you can make sure the area is clean, and no infection gets in there or anything. Okay, so definitely do that. And yeah, so the other thing I want to tell you too about this, a lot of people will tell you to put this in a sharps container, which is fine if you want to do that. My take on this is that this is a retractable pen. Okay, now if you want to take the time and remove the needle out of here and then dispose of it in your trash, you can do that. Um, Me, the way I see this, it is a retractable pen. So the needle retracts back up into here. And as you can see, when I take the lid off here, it's up there. It's not where it can stick anybody or anything. So once you put the lid back on this, and it's pretty tight. I mean, this lid is not something that's going to fall off or whatever, then you can dispose of it. If this needle was exposed or if there was an easy way to get to the needle, then I would say put it in a sharps container. But me, I just throw it in the trash, done. Because the needle is not exposed and it really would be very difficult for someone to get this needle. Okay. And that's just what I do. But if you want to put it in a sharps container, by all means do so. Um, so that's that. That's Trulicity. And like I said, this week it's my second dose. So hopefully all goes well. I'll keep you guys updated on what other side effects I have, if any. Um, just the whole journey, and also, combined with the weight loss journey, we definitely want to do that. Um, so I look forward to doing more of these videos. And again, definitely hit the like button and the bell icon and the subscribe button so that you can get more content. You can see when I put videos out. We'll be talking about all kinds of topics, so it'll be fun. Also, too, don't forget about my other channel, Lilybean Loves Jesus. You definitely want to check that out. I will put the link down in the description so that y'all can check that out and subscribe there too. I already have quite a few subscribers on there, at least for me, and hopefully, you guys there will be more of you subscribing to this channel and that channel. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we got to talk about this. Now, if you have any other questions about Trulicity and what it does and any other thing else that you want to talk about with this, let me know in the comments because I'll certainly put another video out about it. I think it's very, very important. It's medications that are kind of newer, I think, on the market to fight diabetes, but they're proven to be very, very good. And certainly want to do that. Now, if there's any other medications for diabetes that you do want me to go over or review, definitely let me know because I'll be happy to do research on that and come on here and do that. But anyway, for now, that's it. But I do want to thank you for being here. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments because I would certainly love to put it in there. But I will be putting out another video shortly about some other things that's updated. And thank you again for being here, and you all have a blessed night. And love you guys. Good night.